Helldivers 2's May 27 patch adds DLSS 4.5, FSR 4, and XeSS 3. Compare upscalers, pick the right one for your GPU, and unlock 60+ frames per second gains at 4K with optimal settings. DLSS 4.5 is exclusive to NVIDIA's RTX 50 series Blackwell GPUs. You need a 5060, 5070, 5080, or 5090 to access it. If you're still on an RTX 40 series card, you're capped at DLSS 3.7, which is fine, but you miss the multi-frame generation improvements. DLSS 4.5 uses a new transformer-based model that reconstructs motion vectors better than FSR 4's spatial upscaling, especially in Helldivers 2's chaotic firefights, where hundreds of particles and ragdolls fill the screen. At 4K Ultra settings, an RTX 5080 running native resolution measured 72 frames per second average in benchmarks from PC-optimized settings. Flip on DLSS 4.5 quality mode and you jump to 118 frames per second, a 64%. AMD's FSR 4 is the first ML-based upscaler from Team Red, and it finally closes the gap with DLSS for motion clarity. The May 27 patch marks the first AAA title to ship FSR 4 at launch, and Arrowhead Game Studios tuned it specifically for Helldivers 2's engine. Unlike FSR 3.1, which uses spatial upscaling and struggles with subpixel detail, FSR 4 trains on temporal data and handles particle effects and thin geometry far better. An RX 9070 EXT running 4K Ultra Native pulls 61 frames per second average, matching the RX 7900 EXT-EX measured by hardware times. Enable FSR 4 quality and you hit 102 frames per second, a 67% jump. FSR. Intel's XeSS 3 is the underdog here, but it punches above its weight class in Helldivers 2. The May 27 patch is one of the first games to ship XeSS 3 support, which uses Intel's XMX AI acceleration cores on Arc B series GPUs, BattleMage. If you're running an Arc B770 or B750, XeSS 3 quality delivers image sharpness closer to DLSS 4.5 than FSR 4, especially on particle-heavy scenes like orbital bombardments and flamethrower effects. An Arc B770 at 4K Ultra Native runs around 55 frames per second average, slightly below the RTX 4070's 50 frames per second measured by PC-optimized settings due to driver maturity. Flip on XeSS 3 quality and you jump to the short answer? Use the upscaler that matches your GPU vendor's latest hardware. DLSS 4.5 if you have RTX 50 series Blackwell, FSR 4 if you have RDNA 4 RX 9000, XeSS 3 if you have Arc B series. All three deliver 60 to 70% frames per second gains over native 4K, and the visual quality gap between them at quality preset is negligible in Helldivers 2's chaotic gameplay. You're not pixel peeping during a bot drop. If you're on older hardware, RTX 40 series, RX 7000, Arc A series, FSR 4 is your best bet because it's vendor agnostic and still works. An RTX 4070 at 4K Ultra measured 50 frames per second native, PC-optimized settings, and FSR 4 quality pushes. Here's the preset matrix that locks you into stable frame times without sacrificing visual clarity. These are the settings that BetterFPS auto-generates in playbooks when you input your GPU and target frames per second. We've tested every combination with Helldivers 2's May 27th build and validated against measured benchmarks. RTX 5070 or RX 9070, DLSS 4.5, FSR 4 quality, ultra textures, high shadows, medium reflections, ambient occlusion on. RTX 4080 Super or RX 7900 EXTEX. FSR 4 quality. Ultra textures, medium shadows, low reflections, ambient occlusion off. RTX 4070 or RX 7900 GREE. FSR 4 balanced. High textures, medium shadows, low reflections, no AO, particle density medium. RTX 5060 or RX. If you've already run a free playbook for Helldivers 2, it auto-regenerated on May 27 to include DLSS 4.5, FSR 4, and XeSS presets for your GPU. The playbook logic checks your VRAM capacity, your target frames per second, and your resolution, then picks the upscaler plus quality mode that hits your frame rate goal without dropping below your 1% lows. For example, an RTX 4070 targeting 4K 60 frames per second gets FSR 4 quality plus medium shadows automatically, because DLSS 4.5 isn't available on 40 series and native resolution would miss the target. Patchwatch subscribers don't have to manually regenerate. The playbook updates itself when Arrowhead pushes a balance patch. Build your free playbook for any GPU at betterfps.com/optimize.